Marker, Law 3. Alright then, I'm ready. Let's continue. As I slowly succumb to my stuffiness. I say this every time I get sick during the like, I'm not even sick, I'm just thinking allergies. I would rather be like bedridden on death's door than have a common cold. No sooner we stepped out of the garden than I saw the three people I watched leave through the green doors sometime earlier. Schlunk, schlunk, schlunk. Like, if I'm like bedridden, I'm bedridden. I'm not moving. I'm just relaxing. If I have allergies, just like a common cold, a little bit of a fever, I can't really just. I got stuff I gotta do. Whoa, what are you guys
We gotta
doing
be
here?
asking you the same thing. How do you get here?
Sigma,
What do you
hand me the
think?
map.
Oh right, dig up the map out of my pocket and spread it out in front of us.
You three came in through the blue door, right? And which room
Uh huh.
did you go into?
This fan-shaped one called the Bee Garden. Where do you see a fan-shaped room? You call that a fan? I mean, you could make the same argument for like three different doors. Or three different rooms. You got the one on the left-hand side. Really just those two, but... Big dome with a bunch of plants in it. Look, you can go see it for yourself later, okay?
Well, after we went through the green door, we ended up in the treatment center.
Hmm. And then we met up. Right here.
So, what's the treatment center? It sounds a lot like the infirmary.
You wanna have a look? We can go back to any of the rooms we've already visited.
Can they treat my ligma?
So?
Sure, let's have a look. After a few moments of brisk walking, we found ourselves in the treatment center. Treatment center. Bro, what's up with the lion? What's the lion doing though? What are
They're why this is called a
those?
treatment center. Those pods can cure a number of illnesses and even repair certain injuries.
Well, that's
How about you
nuts.
climb in one of them, Dio?
Why?
Well, maybe it can fix whatever's wrong with your brain.
Hey! You wanna start something, lady?
Calm down now, son. You don't cool off a bit, and I'll have to throw you in one of these pods here.
Huh? Why?
Weren't you paying attention? They have a cold sleep function. I figured that ought to cool your head up.
Wait, did you say cold sleep? That's where they freeze you, right? And you can stay that
Yeah.
way for a really long time?
According to some records we found in here, until about 8 hours ago, there were 3 frozen people in these pods.
3 people?
You mean 3 of us were? We don't know. All we found was what was in the logs for the pods.
How long
No
were they
idea.
here?
Part of the logs were erased. All that's left is when the cold sleep function turned off. It records them thawing out, getting up. That's it.
Then they could be anyone.
Well, anyone but you. Because
Well,
you
why
don't
not
need a
Alice?
device like this to freeze Alice. Am I wrong?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You just need some, Ice 97 or
You don't need
whatever it
to play
was?
dumb. The water in your body isn't normal water. It's something called Ice 9. It
You know, it's
freezes
Ice
at
9.
96.8 degrees. That means all you have to do to put yourself in cold sleep is drop your body temperature below 96.8. No fancy machine needed.
Where on earth did you hear that?
From Clover.
Clover?
When we were exploring the lounge during the first round.
I see.
What's so funny?
Oh man, you fell for that one hook, line, and sinker, didn't you? Clover was messing with you. That is, if she even said anything to you at all. It was a lie. A joke?
A joke? No, There's no way it was a joke. I'm sure about it. Your body is made of Ice 9.
Well, you're mistaken. It's a ridiculous misunderstanding. An urban legend.
With seemingly no other prompting, Alice launched into a lengthy explanation. It went something like this. Some point in the past, someone found a frozen, mummified Egyptian queen. What was curious about this mummy, however, was that it remained frozen at room temperature. People began to refer to her as All Ice, which eventually became simply Alice. Rumors that her body was made of Ice 9 began to circulate, and her bizarre refusal to thaw only compounded them.
They say that the mummy finally thawed, and when it did, it began to move. And ever since then, I've had people say they thought I was her. I mean, really, how could anyone believe something so ridiculous? The existence of this mysterious Alice and of this ice that doesn't melt are just urban legends.
Why would people make that a mistake about you? In
It
particular?
can't just be because your name's Alice. There are tons of Alices.
Is it because of your face and how you look?
Well, it is true that I am both beautiful and elegant. Can I really be blamed if people think I'm an Egyptian queen? I don't think that's the only reason, though. Someone who made that mistake said something to me once. They claimed they'd seen me before. Of course, I immediately pressed the issue. Do you mean the mummy, Alice? I said. When? Where? Of course, they were at a loss. In fact, I began to feel a little sorry for them. So I told them something. If you're so convinced, then maybe I am actually Alice. But maybe I've lost my memory and can't remember who I am. And so on and so on. I'm still not sure why Clover would tell you something like that, though. Even if she was just messing with you, it seems a little out of left field.
You really think she put that much thought into it? She was probably just screwing with him and it was the first thing that came to mind. Maybe she wanted to see if she could get him to believe something completely ridiculous.
Yeah. I could see her doing something like that. Well, I think that's enough idle gossip for now. The cold sleep business is interesting, but I don't think it's terribly useful. We should go see if the other team has returned to the warehouse yet.
At Alice's request, we made our way out of the treatment center. Slunk, 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 slunk. Your mom lets you have 2 warehouses? Yo. Mentamori is the 9th lion, 8th the sun. I'm bad at decrypting stuff, or what's it called? Sorry, I'm dying mentally.
It looks like the same warehouse.
Not the best game to be playing with puzzles for when you're not feeling well. Dude, I was dying in Isaac last night, man.
Hey, look.
3 more doors.
Yeah, I've been dying in Isaac typically just because I'm bad.
They're all glowing white.
I have a very bad runs.
think-
We all gotta pick a door to go through together. It might be the next set
I'd
of
bet on
chromatic
it.
doors.
Look, they've got the same boxes next to them as the other doors. So the next set of doors are white?
They haven't all been the same color before.
We definitely need to tell the others about this.
Right. Let's head back to Flore. Or it turns right when a team frickin' dies. Slunk, 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 slunk. Dunk, 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 dunk. You're really gonna add this whole theatrics to it, huh? Warehouse A.
Oh, thank goodness. You
You better
finally
throw it out.
returned. I was beginning to get anxious. Yes,
Something happened?
it's Quark, you see. He
What? What happened to Quark?
collapsed. It happened so suddenly. We were just searching our room.
What?
That yourself?
Please, you must hurry to the infirmary. Clover is looking after him, but his condition could change at any moment. You should go.
Oh no.
Temi Yuji shoved Kate aside and leapt through the yellow door. The rest of us exchanged a few startled looks and then ran off after him.
Quark. Come on, kid. Get a hold of yourself.
Temi Yuji grabbed Quark's shoulders and began to shake him desperately. It was Clover who stopped him.
Hey, what are you doing? He's sick, and we don't even know what's wrong with him. What if you make him worse?
Get him to the back to...
Then what am I supposed to do? I have to save him.
Save? That seems a little extreme. Maybe he just has anemia or something.
No, that's not it.
Maybe he just has anemia or something. That's you right now, Dio. You know
He
that?
doesn't have anemia. He's never just collapsed before.
Well, then call an ambulance and stop freaking out about it.
You son of a bitch. This is serious.
That delivery was
The infirmary
great.
seems pretty well equipped. There are plenty of diagnostic tools, but
Without a doctor, there's not going to be much we can do with him.
There's a poop bucket. Oh, right. Well,
Luna?
we got Luna.
That's right. I remember Dio saying something. You have a medical license, don't you?
wait, really? Is that true, Luna?
Well, yes, but
See, back in the older days, what you call, well, my days, what you guys call older days, we used to, hang them up by I think a pole, and then just let all the excrement fall out and be good as new.
You have to take a
Therefore,
look
I
at
was
it.
this village doctor.
Quark needs your help.
okay. I'll see what I can do.
And we would lease their blood as much as they could physically manage, and then let their body.
I think that
Become
machine
brand
over
new.
there is a medical scanner. It's called an atom. It uses nuclear magnetic resonance imaging to examine and diagnose people.
I think it tells us what's wrong
Yes.
with Quark.
I believe it can.
I believe people from your day, Luna, used to call this spells, sorceries, demonic magic.
I don't want to rush you, but the sooner the better. Just let us know if you need anything.
Of course.
Oh god. I'm about to take a stinking self-checkout line. Whole process took only a few minutes. Machine scanned Quark's body, and within seconds, his results lit up the screen. Words too complicated for me to understand scrolled across it, and she read them. And as she read them, Linda's face grew dark. She bit her lip and just stood there for a moment, looking down at Quark before she spoke.
Well, I know what's wrong with him. I feel so terrible saying this, but Quark has an infection. A viral infection.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Yes.
Don't tell me.
He's been infected with a virus called Radical 6.
There's always this thinking kids, huh? Have you heard of this virus? Radical 6, I mean?
Yeah. I told Allison Tenmyoji about it.
Fi and I heard about it from Luna.
Dio and Luna were two of the first people to investigate the infirmary. They must have seen the newspaper's clipping that Quark found. I stayed behind after the AB game. They all split up and gone into different rooms. Seemed like one way or another everyone had heard about Radical 6.
No, he can't. How could he have gotten infected? That's not possible.
Something about the tone of his voice seemed strange. Why wasn't it possible? Tenmyoji known about Radical 6 before the rest of us?
There must be something we can do! How can we cure him?
See, we start by getting a knife and making small incisions in the skin to let his blood pretty much be renewed.
Well, Adams says there's an antiviral serum called Excelavir. It's the only way to counteract Radical 6. If we can inject him with some, he should...
Excelavir, dude. 9 out of times 10. 9 out of 10 times that thing came from Europe.
Where is it? Shouldn't it be in the infirmary somewhere?
Yeah, we looked around, but we didn't see anything.
I don't trust a damn thing you say. I'm asking Luna.
Just let the name alone, man.
But Theo's telling the truth. We didn't find anything.
Damn it. What about the other rooms? Sigma, what about you? Did you find anything?
No, nothing like medicine. I mean, it was just like a park. Lots of vegetation and stuff, but no medication.
What about you, Kay? Was there any medicine in your room?
We visited the laboratory. There were a number of chemicals and concoctions there, some of which were
Oh no,
medicine.
we gotta make it ourselves.
Nothing like what we're searching for, I'm afraid.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Then he's going to... Oh god, no.
Oh, just to be sure, 3 of you went to the treatment center, right? And you're sure
No,
it wasn't there?
nothing even remotely like it. You went there too, didn't you? The only thing in the treatment center are those treatment pods.
Throw him in the back there. That's it. If we put Quark in one of those pods. For a moment, there was silence.
Quark?
Quark! Oh, thank god. You're awake.
Get away from me!
What? Quark, what are you...
Sorry, Grandpa. I can't. I have to.
Have to what? What are you talking about?
Isn't it obvious? I have to escape.
But... how?
Like this!
Quark's hand moved like lightning. He grabbed a hold of the scalpel and was jabbing straight towards his own heart. Stop!
No! Let go! Let go of me!
Hunga. Pretty tough for a kid. Hey guys, I could use a hand here. Bro, he's 6.
Right.
He's definitely like 6 years old.
Me too.
On it.
Stop it!
Me too. Stop it. Then why am I narrating? Temiyoji, what the heck are you doing? Get over here. Temiyoji, can you even hear me?
Right.
Damn you! Bastards! Why won't you let me go? I have to get out of this body! They can't lock away the soul! Once my body's gone, my soul can escape! Please! You have to let me go! Let me go! I'm trapped here! Let me die! I have to die! Kill me! Somebody! Anybody! Kill me! Kill me! Kill me!
Gets into Grandpa's tapes and watch one video. Alright, John, kill me this, kill me that. Jesus, this kid's lost it. Hey, somebody get the scalpel away from him. Oh, now you just thought about that, huh? Good, thanks, whoever that was. Quark barely even seemed to notice the loss of the scalpel. He needed to scream and writhe like he was possessed. What are we going to do? We gotta calm him down
Luna.
somehow.
Yes?
Are there any tranquilizers in here?
No. Well, I mean...
There's a bucket.
There's Super Beta.
Sopero?
That's the anesthetic. The one that's
Uh-huh.
in our bracelets. Good. Perfect. Hit him with some of that.
What?
Hit him with the
He'll
good
be
stuff.
fine. It's just an anesthetic, Temioji. It won't hurt him, I promise.
But...
That's my
Just hurry
That's
up and do
mustache.
it. Come on, Luna.
Okay.
I inject a little bit when I watch my tapes. You know, tie off the arms.
Okay.
Make it feel like that with somebody else.
Good. Wait until he's... Now! Do it now!
Right.
No! Stop! Stop!
Oh, dude, the thing got a click and everything. Thought it was a click. Pant, pant, pant. Pant, pant, pant.
Respiration, blood pressure, brain waves. everything's normal. According to these readings, he's in a very deep sleep.
Alright, guess we're good for now. Everyone pets us on the back. Let's go celebrate some
What about the
brewskis.
anesthetic? How long will it last?
He shouldn't wake up for a few hours.
Man, he sure was strong for such a little guy.
I think that might be the virus's fault. It probably attacks the part of the brain that governs reason. Without anything to hold it back, his body was using every ounce of strength it had.
For a 5-year-old man, oh.
You know.
Huh? Oh, well,
How much do you know about this Radical 6?
oh, not much. I probably know about as much as you do. All I've seen about it is that newspaper article. Why would
That's
I
the
lie
truth.
about that? I've seen other viruses
Zero.
do the same thing. I was just making a guess.
So when Quark tried to kill himself, are you saying that was because of Radical 6 too?
Yes,
Why are you smiling like that?
I think so.
So what kind of virus is Radical 6?
What are you doing?
I turned and followed Tenmyoji's gaze. There stood Alice, her hand wrapped tightly around the scalpel. Apparently, she had been the one to take it away from Quark. The longer I looked at her, however, the more I wondered if she'd taken it to protect him or for some other more sinister reason, which didn't seem stable. In fact, she looked far more like Quark had a moment ago than I was entirely comfortable with. Her eyes were flat and hollow. Her face was an emotionless mask. She was not well. Alice? You feeling
We're
well?
all going to die.
Huh?
We're all dead already. Only terrorists would resort to biological warfare. But they will. Soon.
Hey, what the hell are you talking about?
You don't understand? All of humanity is going to die. The virus will spread. Adults, children, everyone. Everyone! There won't be anyone left!
Lady Sheldon's wearing a
I'd rather
mask.
die here!
Wait, Alice. We were all too stunned to even try to restrain her. We just stood there and she spun around and left through the door. Darn it. Choked myself and took Alf after her. But those few moments of hesitation had put too much distance, too many doors between us. Crap, which way did she go? Right. Left. Right. Still trying to decide what everyone else poured out of the
You
infirmary.
lost her.
Yep. I don't know which way she went.
Look, quickly. She can't have gotten too far.
Right.
Look, if you find her, it's probably best not to shout or anything. Just do your best not to provoke her. Understood? Tenmyoji,
Gotcha.
I think you should stay here with Quark. The rest of us can look for Alice. Sound good?
Yeah, I stay here. Got it.
All right, let's move, people. Get going.
At Fi's command, we scattered, filtering off into the different doors. As I ran, I thought, where should I look for Alice? Perhaps the lounge would be a good bet. Just for me, I prefer it that way, actually. Throw in that couple of cold ones. That Alice. Sorry, some warm ones, because it gets too cold, she'll freeze. No one here, huh? Darn. Where did she go? The planning wasn't going to help anything. What the heck is that? Blue door. Oh. Blue door. Cyan door. I needed to go look somewhere else. treatment center. Yo, they had jellyfish in here? I want to go to the treatment center, man. Shoot, nothing in the treatment center either. Need to find her quick or she's going into something bad. We hadn't stopped Quark. Need to hurry. Head to the garden next. B garden? The B or garden B? Hope not here. Only gone a few steps from the walkway through the grass when I stopped short. Where are you hiding behind the
Here
tree,
you are.
Alice?
Good. I'm glad you showed up. I just got here a
Huh?
minute ago. She was like this when I found her. When you showed up, I was getting ready to carry her to the infirmary.
I don't get the I'm
Yeah.
here, I guess.
Her breathing and pulse seem normal. She doesn't appear to have any obvious external wounds. Looks
She's just
like it.
unconscious.
Doesn't
What
look
about the
like
scalpel?
she has it. Figure she probably dropped it on the way here. Anyway, we
Hmm.
need to get her to the infirmary. Give me a hand here.
Alright. Alice was lighter than I expected, and Vi and I managed to set off towards the infirmary at a brisk trot.
All right, please pay attention, everyone. You need to hear this. The Atom has finished scanning Alice.
What did it say?
Her results are identical to Quark's. She has also been infected with Radical 6.
I gotta sneeze. Okay, on our way back, Fi had gone off to retrieve the rest of the participants. 7 sets of eyes widened as Luna spoke,
Oh no.
with a smile under her breath.
No! What's going to happen to her?
Well, like I said before, there's only one way to cure Radical 6. There's a special antiviral treatment. Do you know what immunoglobulin is?
Immunogoblin?
It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6. Those antibodies are the basis for Excelivir.
Wait, what about those pods in the treatment center? Can't we just stick them there?
Right.
And those?
I thought of that too, so I went and took a closer look at them. Unfortunately...
You
Correct.
can't cure it.
They can suppress the symptoms for a while, but they can't kill the virus itself. The only way we can help Alice and Quark is if we can find some Excelivir.
But the pods will keep them from getting any worse, right?
Yes.
Well, then what are we waiting for? One of you, grab Alice. We're going to the treatment center.
As he spoke, Tenmyuji moved over to Quark and lifted his small, conscious body off the bed. Dunk, 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 dunk. Quark shifted slightly as Tenmyuji moved him. Something fell out of his pocket with a soft clink. Bent down slowly picked it up. It's Excelivir.
What?
His medicine.
Well, what is it?
Hold on. There's a name on the label here. Excelivir.
Excelivir! You found it, Sigma! That's the one thing that can cure Radical 6.
Why did Quark have it?
Perhaps he found it earlier. We
Earlier
explored
when?
the laboratory. It was on the other side of the red door. I happened to notice Quark putting something in his pocket. Whether or not
He
that
hid
was
it?
his intention is unclear. I did not have the opportunity to ask, as he collapsed immediately afterwards. It didn't feel appropriate to go digging around in his pockets for it after that. To be honest, it had also slipped my mind. We were rather preoccupied with getting him to the infirmary as quickly as possible.
Who cares about the details? We have it. Hurry up and give it to him, Luna.
Hey, hold on a minute. What about Alice?
Does it really matter if she goes first or not?
I'm sorry, but I don't think we can do that.
What?
There's only enough here for one person.
What are you talking about? Act like a stinking jar. Even if it was like 8 ounces, it's or probably 6 ounces. How much you gonna inject like 6 ounces of that liquid into someone's
The
stream?
only way we have to administer
The
this
bloodstream?
is with the injection gun. And the way it functions, it uses a whole bottle each time you pull the trigger.
Oh, why?
In other words, we can't split the dose in two or something.
Right.
Well, we all stood stunned. Vi moved, stepping over to Quark. She quickly ran her hands through his clothes and stepped back with a frown and a small shake up of her head.
Nothing. That one bottle was it.
You think there might be some more back in the
No,
laboratory?
unfortunately not.
No.
Oh, God.
Just enough medicine for one dose.
Only one person can be saved.
Who should we give it to?
Alice or Quark?
What the heck is this? No way we're only going to
What are
save
we
one of
going
them.
to do?
Let's spell it out. Going to save them both. You could just get another bottle, dump the liquids into half of it into one, and then I'm not even sure. Like, you took the entire bottle to the injection gun? Really, I don't see that even being possible. You just pour enough. I'm not sure how much you need, but it can't be more than like a needle size. That's needed to calm down. Think. Had to be some way to save both of them. It was there, I knew it. To be continued. You're a son of a gun. We gotta choose what's it called. I understand. We will stay on this path.
Hey, what are you gonna pick? You aren't
What's the skip button? There we go. Was being recorded? Please wait. What the heck? Maybe that wasn't anything new. Okay, as Vi and I stepped out of the AB room, could see the others running towards the projection, shoving and pushing it closer.
You chose what I wanted you to choose. I guess I should say thanks. So, thanks.
Oh, come on. You don't need to do that. I just made the obvious choice. Well, I'm sure Alice chose Betray. That meant we pretty much had to choose
How do
Betray.
you know what she's going to choose?
I guess
Are
you
you
could say I
making
just
fun of
know.
me?
Maybe.
Yo, what's up?
Yo.
Siggy! But no! Hey, what are you kids doing over there? We're about to announce the results.
Let's go. We'll find out if you made the right choice.
Okay.
Good. Looks like you're all here. Finally, let's get ready to rock! Ambidex game! Round 1! The result!
If everybody would please direct their eyes to this monitor.
Clever can frown? What the heck?
Here are the results from your game. Now, let us check the numbers on our bracelets.
We're solo now? Agreed solo? Hey Alice. What the heck is this? You chose Betray last time, so I chose Betray too.
Wait a minute.
Why?
Last time? What on earth are you talking about?
Can you tell me one thing? When exactly did
5
you
minutes
press the
before
button?
deadline. There's that announcement, right? I pressed it right after that. Why?
What? No, that can't. What was going on when if I chose Ally, Alice picked Betray?
I just made the most rational choice. The best way to minimize risk and maximize reward in this situation is to choose Betray. Anyone who thinks otherwise is, well, an idiot.
But this time I chose Betray, and your vote changed to Ally. Why? What was different? Had history somehow changed because of my choice? No, that was insane. If Alice had somehow known that I had chosen Betray, and chosen Ally in response, at least that would have followed the principles of cause and effect. But what had just happened was something entirely different. There was no way Alice could have known what we would choose when she made her decision. Besides, if she had known what we intended to betray her, there's no way she would have chose Ally. She must have made a decision without any knowledge of ours. Talking about a game of rock, paper, scissors. Throw a rock. Right after that, Alice threw down paper. Obviously, I lose. I go back in time and decide to whip out the scissors this time. Alice chooses rock. I lose again. But that's fine, because it still makes sense. My actions in the past cause Alice's actions in the future. Easy. But what had happened in the AB game wasn't like that. Let's get back to the innocent game of rock, paper, scissors. What the heck are you doing? This time Alice is the one who threw out her hand first. But in this situation, there's no way for me to know what it was. But I decided to go with rock. Now Alice's choice is revealed. Turns out she went with paper. Darn it. I lose and I'm mad off. So once again, I go back in time to try and change history and erase my loss. What will I choose this time? That's not even a question. Scissors, obviously. After all, last time Alice went with paper. Here's the important part. When I made the choice, Alice had already made... See, I don't like this analogy, because there's a way to tie this. I guess you can tie with... in... rock, paper, scissors, never mind. So in my victory, I throw out a pair of scissors. But... what the heck? My rage would be white hot. How could this have happened? Why? Alice's hand had been paper before, but how did it change to rock? Obviously, there's no cause and effect here. It's Alice's choice. Okay. Oh, we're gonna have a choice what door we go through. So Alice's choice was in the past, and mine was in the future. How could that even happen? How could the future influence the past? But... it wasn't theoretical now. This had actually happened. What the heck was going on? No, wait. Whoa, what the frick? I'm talking so casually about going back in time. That kind of stuff didn't happen in real life. Right, of course. Time travel isn't possible. There's absolutely positively no way to travel through time. But, if that was true...
The best way to minimize risk and maximize reward in this situation is to choose Betray. Anyone who thinks otherwise is, well...
Now, what happens if you choose, you know...
an idiot.
Betray the first time?
Hey! Did you have a stroke or something?
Oh, sorry.
Why do I have to answer your questions? I should be the one yelling at you. Because of you two, I've only got one BP left. You're right.
Yeah, you're right.
What in God's name is wrong with you?
I'm sorry. Really, I seriously
Forget
feel
it.
terrible about
I'm
this.
never going to trust you or Phi again. You'll pay for this.
Alice stormed off. She threw one last hurt, scornful look over her shoulder as she left and stabbed me right through the heart. That one meme. Okay, I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, but I'll be right back. And we'll do like another another 40 minutes, and then we'll do it Sagi.